Okay, so we're starting to see some of the little creatures that Dirk and Rose have come up with. So this appears to be the bunny. Rose's knit version specifically. Or, well, I'm looking at the red eyes and I'm thinking maybe the one that Jade made with Jake. This appears to be the bunny. This looks like the body of a troll grub. And then 6 legs, not 8. So this isn't combined with a spider, but with some other sort of insect, I think. So we're getting into some textless panels here. So this, I'm thinking Ghost Charles Dutton and Fetus Spawn? Yeah, I'm wondering if this, like, the spiky whatever at the top is, like, a type of Fetus Spawn that we just didn't see, or if this is from another object thrown into the mix. But this is absolutely the face that was on the Duddle. So this strikes me as also connected to Fetus Spawn. It reminds me of the biology of the Horseroni thing that Tavros used in his introductory panels. The colors are different though. I mean, because that was the other thing about the previous one that made me think, that and the spikes at the top made me think there must have been something else in that mix. Because Fetus Spawn, we've only ever seen yellow and red for the host blush, and creatures as, like, purple. And I mean, of course, there's other modifications that make it kind of, like, it could be Fetus Spawn, Horseroni with, like, an actual horse, or maybe, like, a unicorn, because of the horn has to fit in there somewhere. Colors are easy to change with alchemy, probably, especially when you're combining paradox and goo. Yeah, I'm sure that colors would be one of the easier things to modify with just a few little extra flair, and you can change that up. Here's the little sippy guy. Ah, look at this cutie. I'm thinking this is a combination of a salamander and a nacodile, and maybe something else in there. Because the body is a little different from both of them in that it's quadrupedal instead of bipedal. There's no coloration from the turtles, but they could also be in there. This could be, I guess, if I look at the shape of the back of the head, I think it's viable that this is like a mashup of all 4 consorts from the kids' session. Yeah, I guess the stance reminiscent of the turtles, the back of the head here especially. Kind of looks like the iguanas from Jade's planet. Body looks like a piggy bank. That's true. It does look very, very piggy bank-ish. Very round and portly. Now this fellow, it reminds me of the stuffed animals in Jade's bedroom. So I feel like there is some Manthro chap in there. And potentially just some of the general, like, furry artwork from her bedroom walls. And there's dragon wings. So there's some dragon genetics playing in there, whether that is actual dragon or whether they've, used the platonic idea of a dragon that comes from a scale mate. What is the wormy body? What could the wormy body be from? I think that's the one element that I'm kind of like, what is going on with that? Because the thing is, the sides of it kind of remind me of like troll technology, where it's got like the kind of soap or slime colored like openings, kind of like ports, and just like the rabbit thing as a whole. Yeah, it looked very grubby. This fucker. I don't know, Rose's book about the zoologically dubious? Like, what the fuck is happening with this guy? I mean, like, having a good time, that's what's up, but... Looks like maybe an octopus with a crab? This one's gonna be kind of stumped. It's got whiskers, so maybe there's cat in there? Maybe this is the Tentacle Princess doll plus crab and a cat? I don't know what it is, but I don't want to get near it. That's kind of the vibes, yeah. Is it bald or wearing a little hat? I mean, I think that it's just bald because it looks like it's the exact same color as like the face part and the claws. But yeah, it's got that like little like sun brim going around the top. I mean, for all we know, that they could have just thrown a hat into the mix because fuck it. And this fucker is definitely fetus spawn plus something else. Or maybe they just made a giant fucking fetus spawn. Like this looks pretty fetus spawny. I'm trying to look for other physical characteristics that could maybe point to it being linked to something else. All I can think of is like the green coloration. Maybe that's indications of another link, or like the fuzzy parts or something. But this looks very, very solidly fetus spawn. If it's bald, that must mean they're using Dirk's DNA. Oh fuck, I forgot that they started off with combining their own fucking DNA with these things. That changes some things. But also I feel like they've added so much to the mix that like their own DNA influence is probably relatively minimal. Oh, this one must be Dirk's because look at the eyes. Some plant matter in this horse. That's where the vines are coming from, right? Or is it a different species? Oh fuck, right, the vines. Right. We will get to that panel. And there's the vines, yeah. So there's the mud is pink, and there is the vine.